Boys and girls, we're back. It feels like it's been a very, very long time since we've touched Honkai. I think the last character I pulled for was Hyacinth, but it feels like it's been even longer than that. Anyways, this is a huge patch. Not only do we have Phainon, which is who we're going to be going for today, but we got the Fate collab characters coming in a couple days as well. So yes, we have quite a few videos lined up for that. But without further ado, let's take a look at the banner, shall we? What we're all here for. Phainon himself, very, very interesting and visually appealing character. Literally turns himself into a raid boss. Honestly, we want to get one copy of him and the Lightcone. I do want to maybe think about getting Eidolons, but the looming Fate characters, I'm going to want to get probably Saber and the Lightcones as well, so I don't want to spend too much here. So hopefully we can get one copy, win our 50-50, and we will be good with that. But without further ado, let's do this, shall we? Ooh, we got ourselves an early. Ah, this could be great. This could be really, really good. 20 pulls in. Let's get lucky, boys. Let's get lucky, boys and girls. This could be a fantastic start. Oh, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Ooh, this is huge. This is really, really good. This makes the idea of getting Eidolons much, much nicer if we are going to do it. And his Eidolons are very strong. So, but okay, let's get the Lightcone now. Let's win this 75-25 and I'll be a very, very happy boy.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh my god. Oh my god, what is this like? Please, 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 please. Okay. Oof. Boys and girls, this might be the shortest pull section I've ever done on one of these videos. This is insane luck. We finally did it. We finally got good luck. Now the question is, I have all these pulls. Should I maybe go for Eidolons? Oh, I think there's kind of no reason not to because of this here. Let's try and go for E1 at least. Let's see if we can get lucky. Okay, here we go. If we win this as well, I'll be a very, 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 very happy boy. I really cannot complain. That means we'll probably end up going for E2. Oh. Ooh. Oh my god, my luck in Honkai has really turned around. It has... Wait, what? Oh my god, I thought I got a double. Ooh. Wait a minute, this means I might as well just go for E2, right? And there we go. What an insane session, actually. We actually got E2, S1 in exactly 200 pulls. That might be the best pull session I've ever had. Oh my god. There he is. All we have to do now is build him. And that's going to be a very difficult task because even though I've been farming relics for him for well over a month, I've not got very good pieces, I'm not going to lie. But I'll get to building and I'll catch you guys when he's ready in a bit. And we are back. Oh boy, I'm a very happy boy. I'm a very, very happy boy. Not only did we get super insane luck with the pools, but I actually got extremely lucky with the building. Now, it wasn't cheap. I had to use, I think, around 3 rerolls overall, but we did it. We got some pretty insane pieces. I'm going to show you a quick spoiler alert about one of the relics that I managed to reroll. Probably my best reroll ever. That'll be on screen now. But yes, I think I built a very, very strong Phainon. So without further ado, let's take a look, shall we?
Cheers, my friend.
And here is our lovely Phainon. The stats are kind of crazy. The main ones, obviously, attack. You want as much of this as possible. This is your dump stat. Speed, exactly 136, which is where you want it to be. We'll talk about speed breakpoints in a bit when we get to the relics, but I'm at 136. Crit rate, this is 99.5%. So I'm perfectly happy with this. It's not 100, but it will do. I'm going to be critting. And crit damage, a lovely 221%. It could be a little bit higher. It definitely could, but I'm extremely, extremely happy with this. Okay, let's quickly talk about the traces. Obviously, you're going to make sure you want to get all 3 of these. You want to be picking up all of these extra ones as well, because they're literally all crit rate and crit damage boosts with some speed. He's a pretty insane character. In terms of what you want to level up first, skill is the most important one, and then everything else is kind of equal. Obviously, he's a premier 5-star carry, so you kind of want to max everything out. Try to do that as much as you can, but most important one is skill, then everything else. Okay, let's talk about his 4-piece options. Now, the obvious one is Wave Strider Captain. The 2-piece crit damage, you love to see it. The 4-piece is essentially made specifically for him. Anytime he is the target of another person's ability, he gets a help stack, stacking up to 2 times. Now, his entire team revolves around essentially buffing him. So he's going to get those stacks really easily. He uses his ultimate, he's going to get 48% attack, which is massive. Now, it says only for 1 turn, but when he's in his ultimate big boss state, all of that counts as 1 turn. So it works perfectly well. This is his best set. However, you do have a very, very viable alternative in the Scholar of Luster edition. Now, this is a set I think a lot of people would have farmed just because how generically good it is. 8% crit, and then just increased damage by skill and ultimate. So it works really well for him as well. The difference overall is only about 5%. So whichever set you have the best substats in is probably going to be better for you. Like, good substats are going to make up for that 5% anyways, with all things being equal. So those are your 4-piece options. Okay, let's quickly talk about his planar and link rope set. So the obvious one is Arcadia, the new set that just came out. Realistically, he's the only one who can really utilize this 2-piece, unless you're doing some funky stuff with like solo carry Blade maybe, and you're just killing off your team. You could do something like this, but ultimately right now, this is purpose built for him. The funny thing is though, is that he gets a lot of damage percent already. So you do have other options, like Ritalin Arena is a great example. This 2-piece with the extra crit rate, and then you have your skill damage as well, is really, really good. Your other funny option would be something like this, the Bone Collector. Even though you don't get any benefit from the max HP increase, your HP is always going to be higher than 5,000 when you're in your ultimate state. So you just get more crit damage. You could do something funky with that. Again, it comes down to what best substats you have. You're going to be hard pressed to really find a good one of this without having to go and generate it. So yeah, don't be scared to use something like Ritalin Arena, something that you're going to have a lot of anyways. Okay, boys and girls, time for what everyone is here for, the actual Relic showcase. The head, this is a pretty good piece. 3 rolls into crit damage. Obviously, if there was 1 roll into crit rate, that would be really good. But this is a really, really good piece, and I'm super happy with this. The hands, not the best piece in the world, but much needed crit rate. 2 rolls into HP, completely dead, but it's whatever. I'm still happy with this. This is one that can definitely improve and will probably improve over time. But I'm happy with this. Now, this is a super insane piece. I think I re-rolled twice on this actually to get this overall, and I'm very, very happy with it. Pretty much no dead stats, which is really, really nice. If it would have rolled another time into attack, I think it would could be considered a god piece. But in terms of what you want to go for your 4-piece, crit rate, I think is going to be 90% of the time what you want, unless you are essentially getting too many crit rate rolls in your substats. It really comes down to just trying to get that 100%. I think right now being at 99.5, if you're playing with Sunday, you're getting that extra 20. So ultimately you want to be at around 80% on your stat sheet, and that will get you to 100%. So whichever one works. Crit rate for me made the most sense just because I had so many crit damage rolls in all of my other pieces of gear. And the boots. Now, I've spoiled this already, but this is a god piece. I re-rolled into this. This is my best re-roll ever. I cannot be happier with this. The god roll. The only way it could be better if it had like a attack percent substat on there as well. But I am very, very happy with this. Now, in terms of what you can get for the main stat, you have 2 options. You can go base speed and you can run attack percent boots, or you can do what I did, and then the one that I would personally recommend for like maximum optimization is just get the speed boots. This will take him up along with his traits. This will bring him up to 136, and then you want to speed tune your Bronya and your Sunday to be 1 and 2 speed lower, so that you're getting the optimal rotation. You're getting just more turns. This is what I recommend, but if you have a really insane attack percent boot, just go for that instead. It's not that big a deal. And speed tuning, it's a bit of a pain. Don't get me wrong. Like, I understand the pain of speed tuning, so don't think about it too much. It's not the biggest deal. Just go with what you have that's best. Okay, let's talk about the planar spheres and the link rope. So honestly, this is a pretty good piece. I had to generate this one. I didn't drop this way. In terms of the options that you have, physical damage boost is going to be slightly better, but attack percent is a very close alternative. It really just comes down to whichever one you have and whichever one has the best substats. Obviously, 3 rolls into crit damage, really, really good. It would be nicer if it got into crit rate as well. That would take me over 100%. Based on this build currently, but I'm very happy with this. Link rope, you only really have one option, and that's going to be attack percent. In terms of this one, arguably my worst piece. Definitely a ton of improvement. If we got more rolls into crit damage, I could definitely see myself pushing 230% plus crit damage, which would be super crazy. But yes, I will keep farming this piece anyways, just because the new set is going to be for the next character as well, who is the dot character. That's a character I will 100% be getting. So yes, overall, super, super happy with the build. Very, very good. Okay, let's quickly talk about his Lightcone options. Now, on a different note, this is probably one of the most beautiful arts for any Lightcone I've seen. But besides that, it has the highest, I'm pretty sure it has the highest base attack of any Lightcone in the game at 687, which is really good for him. In terms of the effect, 12 base speed is really, really good. It just makes his turn order when he's in his ultimate that much better, that much more frequent, which is really, really nice. Ignoring 18% of the target's defense is already insane. And then you get this Blazing Sun, which is just 60% more damage. Now, you might read this and get a bit confused, but you need to think of it like when he does ultimate, he's in that kind of boss mode, that counts. That entire 8 turns that he gets in there counts as just 1 turn for all the effects. So it gets a little bit confusing, but that's what it means. Now, your other options, realistically, this is your base free-to-play option, right? But this ultimately is around 20 to 30% better. So it's very, very strong in that regard. However, now we have to talk about the Eidolons. So E1 is really, really strong and works really well in fights like Pure Fiction or boss fights where there's a lot of ads and he's killing things over and over again. The only thing you really need to understand about this is that he gets faster and faster as the fight goes on, and he's getting to use his turns quicker and quicker when he's in his boss mode. Now, the extra 50% crit damage is just a really nice bonus. So E1 is really, really good, especially for Pure Fiction, as I mentioned. Now, to no one's surprise, E2 is absolutely insane. So 20% res pen, this is already so good. But then after he uses his ultimate kind of meteor shower thing that he's going to use, he gets another turn. So he's just getting a bunch of free turns inside his ultimate, on top of the already 8 that he's guaranteed to get. So ultimately, this is insane. In terms of which one, when it comes to Lightcone and Eidolons, me personally, I would actually prioritize his E1 and E2 before going to Lightcones. I just think he's getting so much speed from the E1, and then he's getting so much damage from the E2 that the Lightcone is almost not that necessary. You can go with the free-to-play option if you can get these two. Now, in terms of pool priority, it's harder to say because getting more copies of a character is much more difficult than getting the Lightcone, so make that decision on your own will, I would say. Okay, now we can talk about team compositions. Now on screen is probably going to be his premier team. Like I said, you want Sunday. Sunday, Mr. Star Rail himself, Mr. John Star Rail, in every team. To no surprise, Phainon also wants him. So he pretty much gives Phainon everything that he wants. Crit rate, crit damage, movement advance, like turn advance, ultimate, all of that stuff. He gives him a ton of charges. So he's really the main character that you want for him. If you do not have Sunday, Tingyun is a good alternative. It's not going to be anywhere near as good as Sunday, but it is the alternative that you have. Now, the other action advancer is going to be Bronya. Most people should have her, honestly, but if you don't, you could run maybe someone like Remembrance MC as well. Does turn advance, but it's just not as good as Bronya. In terms of your fourth option, you have quite a few options really, but because Phainon gets so many stats, so many multipliers already, traditional supports are kind of not that good. So characters like Tribi or even the most recent Cypher give essentially rare stats in like res pen, true damage in terms of Cypher and stuff like that. So Tribi or Cypher work really well in this regard. Your other option would be a healer, but realistically Phainon doesn't need one. You're not going to get that much value out of a healer anyways, so I would just try and go for Tribi or a Cypher or something like that. And that pretty much wraps up our guide and showcase for Phainon. He's an insane character, an absolutely insane character who I think still has a lot of potential and damage left on the table. But we'll see. He apparently has another support coming his way, one that he will really want, so we'll have to wait for that to see if that really does unlock all of his potential. But don't get scared away. He is an extremely cool and strong character. I mean, just look at what he's doing right now. But yes, I will have a showcase after this of all the endgame content and him completely destroying it. So stick around if you want to see that. Let me know what you guys think. Did you pull? Are you enjoying him? I was building him. Are your stats better than mine? Let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Asno ために
対価を払ってもらう。我に力を。
未来は絶対だ。
よく見ておいてね。
倒れるわけには。我々はとうに嵐に踏み入った。守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。いけー。
この身をくべよう。烈日よ、天を引き裂け。血で鍛えよう。心に刻め。余人よ、愛せに暁よ。血で鍛えよう。空想を刻む。憎しみに焼かれるがいい。血で鍛えよう。心に刻め。運命に屈する気はない。烈日よ、天を引き裂け。血で鍛えよう。その程度。その程度。空想を刻む。余人よ、愛せに暁よ。血で鍛えよう。心に刻め。血で鍛えよう。その程度。空想を刻む。その程度。炎がまだ足りない。烈日よ、天を引き裂け。空虚、星々を燃やし尽くそう。手強そうな敵だ。警察にも任せて。
気迫を示せ。
アンサーの日、黎明を灯す。活路は死地に。
課長、西風に乗って出発。
空よ、さらに前へ進むしかない。あなたを守り導こう。
いけー。
明日のために。
我に力を。我々はとうに嵐に踏み入った。守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。
命にさほど価値はない。未来は絶対だ。この身をくべよう。烈日よ、天を引き裂け。血で鍛えよう。心に刻め。血で鍛えよう。空想を刻む。炎がまだ足り。余人よ、愛せに暁よ。血で鍛えよう。心に刻め。運命に屈する。血で鍛えよう。空想を刻む。血で鍛えよう。心に刻め。運 命に屈する気はない。烈日よ、天を引き裂け。だ、
力を合わせ
偵察なら任せ
気
て。
迫を示せ。
アンサーの日、黎明を灯す。求めるものを
そろそろ西風に乗って出発。
供養さえ一気に片付けよう。この身をもってあなたを守り導こう。
飛べ
未来は絶対だ。大丈夫さ。
避けられない一戦。我に力を。我々はとうに嵐に踏み入った。守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。
いけ
明日のために。この身をくべよう。余人よ、愛せに暁よ。血で鍛えよう。その程度、その程度、心に刻め。烈日よ、天を引き裂け。運命に屈する気はない。血で鍛えよう。その程度、その程度、
私は死んで
紛争を刻む。余人よ、愛せに暁よ。血で鍛えよう。その程度、
造化は心にあり。
心に刻め。憎しみに焼かれる。烈日よ、天を引き裂け。小賢しい。血で鍛えよう。戦前の礼を。その程度、紛争を刻む。小賢しい。余人よ、愛せに暁よ。血で鍛えよう。始めましょう。全力で来い。心に刻め。憎しみに焼かれる。烈日よ、天を引き裂け。血で鍛えよう。懺悔しなさい。紛争を刻む。